People talk a lot about being smart, having degrees, reading books, speaking well. But in the real world, those things don't always keep you safe or help you win. There's another kind of intelligence that's harder to teach, but more powerful when used right. It's called street smart, and Sigma males have it locked down. Sigma males aren't just thinkers, they're doers. They observe the world, break it down, and figure out how to move through it with strategy. That's what makes them street smart. They don't just follow rules, they notice patterns, read people, and stay ready for anything. You'll find street smarts in places where survival matters, where confidence has to be earned, not claimed, where you don't win by talking, but by paying attention. And in these settings, Sigma males shine. They know how to spot threats before they happen. They know how to stay calm in chaos. They can tell when someone is lying or bluffing without needing proof. All of this gives them a serious advantage. This video is about why that advantage matters, not just in rough neighborhoods or shady deals, but in daily life, business, relationships, and decision-making. You'll see why Sigma males don't just survive. They move smarter, stay sharper, and rise faster than people expect. We're breaking down 6 powerful reasons street-smart Sigma males are always one step ahead. And some of these might shock you. Reason number 1, situational awareness. Street-smart Sigma males see what others miss. Their eyes are always scanning, not in fear, but in focus. They pay attention to exits, faces, voices, energy shifts, body language, all the details that most people ignore. This gives them control in almost any situation. When you walk into a room, you might notice the people in front of you. A Sigma male notices who's watching him, who's tense, who's hiding something, where the exits are, where the security cameras are, who's leading the room and who's uncomfortable in their seat. He builds a map in his mind before most people have even looked up. This isn't something he was taught in a classroom. It comes from experience, pattern recognition, and quiet observation. That's what gives him his edge. This kind of awareness helps him avoid trouble. It also helps him move quickly when opportunity strikes. If there's a change in the room, a shift in energy, a problem brewing, or a door opening, he catches it first. That split-second advantage means everything in high-stakes environments. In social settings, this awareness keeps him from being fooled. He notices fake smiles, forced laughs, people who talk too much, and people who are too quiet. He's reading intentions, not just appearances. It's not paranoia, it's clarity. Even in peaceful settings, Sigma males scan everything. In a business meeting, they notice who's really listening and who's pretending. In a restaurant, they choose where to sit based on who's behind them. Not out of fear, but out of control. They don't like being surprised, and they rarely are. This isn't about being tense or hyper. Sigma males stay calm while their brains stay active. It's automatic now. And because of it, they don't need to ask questions. They already know the answers from what they've seen. Their awareness isn't always obvious. But if you've ever felt like a Sigma just knew something without being told, this is why. He was watching. He caught the clues. He read the moment before it unfolded. That's what makes situational awareness a weapon. And Sigma males have mastered how to use it without showing their hand. Reason number 2, adaptive risk assessment. Street-smart Sigma. Males don't avoid risk. They read it. They know every situation has a price and a payoff. And unlike most people, they don't guess. They calculate. When something new happens, most people react emotionally. They get excited or scared. Sigma males pause. They ask, what's the real danger here? What's the reward? Who else is involved? What's the timing? How fast can this change? That's how they win. Not by being lucky, but by being ready. They don't always take the safest path, but they take the smartest one based on what they see in that moment. And that path changes depending on the details. This makes them highly flexible. If they're in a low-risk situation, they might take a bold move without hesitation. If things look risky, they slow down or walk away. That decision might look random to others. But to the Sigma, it's based on signs they've picked up, signs that most people missed. They also know how to test risk. If they're unsure about someone, they'll say something small to see the reaction. If they're unsure about a deal, they'll ask a question to feel out the vibe. These small moves tell them everything they need to know. In street settings, this keeps them safe. If they feel energy shift in a room or see someone acting strange, they're gone before trouble starts. In business, it helps them know when to walk away from a bad offer or jump into a good one before others see it. This skill also helps in relationships. Sigma males won't dive in just because of feelings. They test people. They observe over time. They check how someone acts under stress, how they treat strangers, how they talk about others. All of this gives them a full read before they invest. What makes this power real is that it's flexible. The Sigma doesn't follow one rule for every situation. He adjusts based on what he sees. That's why he doesn't fall for traps or rush into chaos. He's always doing the math, quietly and fast. So, if you ever wonder why a Sigma male backed off from a situation others thought was great, or why he jumped into something no one else saw coming, it's because he saw risk differently, and he was right. Reason number 3, nonverbal influence. Sigma males know that most communication happens without speaking. That's why they master nonverbal influence. They understand how posture, gestures, eye movement and presence affect how people respond, and they use it to guide social energy without saying a word. Most people think influence comes from talking well. Sigma males flip that. They know the real power is in how you carry yourself before you speak. If you walk into a room calm, straight and confident, people take notice. If you move without rushing, people feel your control. Sigma males don't need loud voices or fast talking. They let their body do the work. Their movements are slow and steady. Their facial expressions are neutral, never forced. They don't fidget. They don't overreact. This shows control, and control earns respect. In street-level situations, this matters even more. When things get tense, people look for signs of weakness or power. A Sigma doesn't show panic. He keeps his movements smooth, his tone flat, his body relaxed. That signals strength. That tells others, don't test me. This isn't about trying to look tough. It's about showing you're not afraid. That kind of energy speaks louder than any words. Even people who don't know the Sigma feel it. They might not know why they're backing off, but their gut tells them not to mess with him. It also works in positive ways. When the Sigma enters a room with quiet confidence, people feel safe. They follow his lead without being asked. If he stays calm in chaos, others calm down too. That's nonverbal influence in action. He also uses space carefully. Sigma males don't crowd others. They respect personal zones, but they also hold their own space firmly. That balance shows that they're not needy, and not pushovers either. Another trick they use is mirroring. They match the body language of people they trust, not to manipulate, but to connect. This builds silent trust. It helps others relax and open up. Even in negotiations or confrontations, the Sigma watches the other person's body. He looks for shifts, tension, eye movements and pacing. This tells him more than words. And from that, he adjusts how he responds. So if someone controls a room without saying much, just through calm posture, steady eyes, and relaxed energy, you're likely watching a street-smart Sigma male use nonverbal influence like a pro. Reason number 4, defensive optimization. Sigma males don't walk around scared, but they do walk around ready. One of their strongest advantages is defensive optimization, the ability to reduce danger without being obvious. It's smart, silent, and always working in the background. This doesn't mean they're paranoid. It means they plan ahead. Sigma males are constantly thinking about positioning. Where should they sit? Who's near them? Is the space crowded or wide open? What's the quickest way out if things go wrong? In public places, they pick spots that let them see the whole room. They sit with their back to the wall, not the door. They don't make a scene, but they do take control of their surroundings. This habit also shows in how they deal with people. If someone's acting off, the Sigma doesn't confront right away. He moves away calmly. If a situation feels tense, he changes the subject or removes himself. He avoids drama, but he's ready if it comes. They also carry this mindset into travel, business, and even online activity. They avoid high-risk areas. They limit what they share. They know that one bad move can ruin a lot, so they stay a step ahead. This isn't fear-based thinking. It's power-based thinking. Sigma males want to be in charge of their safety. They don't wait for someone to protect them. They take that job seriously. Their training might come from experience, from growing up in tough environments, being betrayed, or learning hard lessons. That's why their defenses are strong. And they apply those lessons without needing to be taught. Even in calm places, they stay alert. It doesn't drain them. It's second nature now. While others let their guard down, the Sigma keeps it steady. Not in a tense way, but in a prepared way. This defensive mindset helps in relationships too. If someone shows red flags, they catch them early. If someone tries to guilt trip or manipulate, they shut it down. They protect their mental space as much as their physical space. So if you see someone who's always calm, always aware, always sitting in the best spot, but never trying to show off, you're likely seeing a Sigma male who has mastered the art of defensive optimization. Reason number 5, negotiation. Edge, street-smart Sigma males are not just silent observers. They also know how to win in deals. That's where their negotiation edge comes in. It's not about talking fast or sounding smart. It's about knowing when to speak, what to say, and what to leave unsaid. They never rush into a deal. Whether it's buying something, settling a conflict, or planning a partnership, they start by listening. They let the other person reveal their goals first. Then they plan their next move with that knowledge. This gives them control over the pace. Sigma males slow down fast talkers. They hold long pauses to create pressure. They ask sharp questions that make the other person think twice. They don't over-explain. They don't beg for a better deal. They make the deal adjust to them. Their quiet nature makes them unpredictable. People don't know what they're thinking, and that makes them careful. Most people show their hand too early. Sigma males never do. They keep their terms hidden until the time is right. They also understand value, not just price. If they're buying something, they don't get distracted by flashy features. They ask, what's this really worth? What's it worth to them? What's it worth to me? In tense moments, they stay calm. When someone tries to argue or push hard, the Sigma leans back and says less. That calm energy breaks momentum. It forces the other person to slow down and think. That shift usually puts the Sigma in control. This edge works everywhere, in street deals, in business meetings, or even in daily conversations. They don't go in to win by force. They win by strategy, by watching, waiting, and striking at the perfect time. They also know how to walk away. If the terms aren't right, they won't stay just to keep things friendly. They don't fear tension. That makes them strong. Most people don't know how to say no. Sigma males say it without flinching. So if someone seems cool, focused, and always ends up with the better deal, even without raising their voice, you're probably dealing with a Sigma male using his natural negotiation edge to stay 2 steps ahead. Reason number 6, social networking. Instinct, street smart. Sigma males know how to build connections, not by chasing people, but by choosing them carefully. They have a strong instinct for who's real, who's fake, and who's worth keeping close. And they do this without trying to impress anyone. Most people try to grow their network by adding everyone. Sigma males don't. They observe people before they let them in. They don't care about popularity or status. They care about loyalty, honesty, and usefulness, not in a selfish way, but in a focused way. They understand that strong relationships are built slowly. That's why they don't rush. They'll have deep talks with strangers, but that doesn't mean they'll keep those people around. They wait to see how someone acts over time. This instinct works well in social circles, business, and everyday life. While others are busy showing off, Sigma males are listening. They catch the small things: tone of voice, choice of words, how someone treats the waiter, how they talk when others aren't listening. They also understand power dynamics. They know when someone's pretending to be helpful or just trying to climb. They sense it fast, and once they do, they pull back. But when they find someone real, they build strong bonds. Not loud ones, not public ones, quiet trust. They don't text every day. They don't post it online. But if something goes wrong, they show up. If they offer support, they mean it. That kind of connection is rare. Because of this, Sigma males often have a small circle, but that circle is solid. The people around them aren't random. They've been tested, observed, and proven. And the Sigma treats them with deep respect. This instinct also helps them avoid fake friendships, weak teams, and bad deals. They'd rather be alone than tied to the wrong crowd. And that choice keeps them clear-headed, safe, and focused. If you see someone who connects deeply with just a few people and stays distant from the rest, there's a good chance they're a Sigma male. They don't network to be seen. They network to survive, grow, and build something real. That's why their social game is so strong. Not because it's wide, but because it's deep. Now you've seen why street-smart Sigma males have the ultimate advantage. It's not just because they're quiet or mysterious. It's because they know how the world really works, and they move through it with control, focus, and precision. They stay alert. They read risk. They influence without speaking. They protect themselves without flashing warning signs. They close better deals, and they build deeper connections without needing the spotlight. In fast-moving situations, unpredictable environments, or even normal daily life, these 6 skills set them apart. That's what gives Sigma males real power. Not noise, not titles, just action backed by awareness. You don't have to be born this way to learn it. Anyone can sharpen their street smarts. It starts by paying more attention, speaking less, watching more, and choosing carefully. So which of these 6 reasons surprised you the most? Have you seen them in action? In yourself or in someone you know? Drop your thoughts, share your story, or just sit with what you've learned. Because now you don't just know why street-smart Sigma males win, you also know how to spot one in the wild.